Texas versus Kansas is a really fun matchup for me. I really think that Texas ends up winning this game. I don't really totally see a strong, likely path for Kansas to come out with this victory here. But I'm paying close attention to this because I think it could cause some chaos. And I think that Kansas, we love to coin the term chaos team. I think Kansas this year might be the chaos team. I really think that they might be the team that can go around causing problems. I see them right now as the third or fourth best team in the Big 12. And if you come out of this game where they're pretty heavily underdogs, they're like a 17-point dog. What are you doing over there? Are you good?
I'm thinking, you said third or fourth. I'm trying to see who you got Kansas over in my mind. I'm trying to think. I'm doing math.
You looked like you were having digestive problems and that you had to move.
I'm sitting here doing my math in my head. Third or fourth. That means he's got Kansas over possibly Kansas State. He's got Kansas over Texas. Oklahoma.
No, not over Texas.
I'm just saying, I'm doing my math here thinking, who the
hell
is
Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. That's where I'm going with there. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
You tell me Kansas plays Kansas State right now. You're taking Kansas.
Yes. Kansas State looked weak against Missouri.
Oh, you're crazy. You're a crazy person.
That look that you made, though, you look like you were in absolute angst. I don't know. Look,
that's me doing math.
Here's my problem with Kansas, why I'm like not fully in. They played 3 really good football games, and then they laid an absolute egg against Nevada, a team that they should have blown out of the water. But the rest of the games, they looked really good. They're explosive offensively. They fly all over the field on defense. They force turnovers. BYU's not a slouch. BYU beat Arkansas, who has guys. Like, that's not like they came back on Arkansas. I don't try to do the transitive property much on this show because it doesn't really mean a lot in college football. But I just think that they've got that little charisma that allows them to be this chaotic team that could show up and upset a team like Texas. I just don't think it's possible. I just think that Texas is going to use this as another opportunity to say, y'all are trying to come up with reasons why we're going to lose this week. You wanted to pick Alabama. We're going to continue to prove that we're a really freaking good team this year.
Yeah, this is Texas's game. They're going to win. That's how it's going to work. I can't believe what you said about the Big 12 rankings, but that's fine. Kansas is fun. Kansas creates chaos. Whenever Kansas is scoring, it looks like it's just a whole team bats out of hell. I enjoy that. I enjoy their style of football. I think Lance Leipold is fantastic. I think he's going to get signed for big money. Texas A&M money. Bye-bye, Jimbo. Lance is here money. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
What, you think the college coaches are going to get paid less?
No. I just don't know if he ends up at Texas A&M. The one that I threw out there that people hated on Ruffino and Joe, I had a couple people who were like, he's not going to end up. I said Texas Tech. I think Joey McGuire gets fired.
Possible, yeah. That almost seems like a lateral move right now. It almost feels like Kansas.
No. The pockets of the Texas Tech.
I know there's pockets. I'm just saying. I'm saying just for team roster skill. I think that would be loud. I think Texas Tech is Kansas could be Texas Tech.
Kansas is better than Texas Tech right now.
Yeah, so
but that's right now. That's because of Lance Leipold.
Gosh, yeah, exactly.
But I love continue your point about the game though.
Kansas, I love what you wrote in the doc here. Be aggressive, take shots if you're Kansas. Yes, do it. Take shots. Do a double pass. Do a triple pass. Flea flicker. I don't care what you do. Run the push play. I don't care. Don't go out and do what you've been doing because Texas has 30 assistants, 30 analysts that are going to tell you that have what you have been doing trend wise. So you got to throw. It's got to be a full wrinkle game. I'm talking weathered wrinkles, working in the sun wrinkles, big, deep wrinkles. You got to change it up. And if you do, it'll be fun for everybody.
Leipold has historically been somebody who's been aggressive, and I think that he has shown to us that he's not afraid to step in a situation like this and say, we've got nothing to lose. A lot of people are picking against us. We're going to do whatever it takes. And that's why I think that there is that possibility, because Jalon Daniels, too, is a really good quarterback, and he continues to show really nice stuff on a week-to-week basis. And I think that the more good games he strings together against good opponents, he's going to continue to build this quality resume as one of the better players in all of college football. But he's just not getting recognized for it because he beat Illinois and BYU. So he's not on the national landscape. Instead, everyone wants to talk about, Michael Penix and Shedeur Sanders, all the typical faces that have been blasted in front of us, but no one is giving Jalon Daniels his flowers, even though he absolutely deserves it. And I think that what could maybe lead to this upset happening is that Jalen Milroe obviously played a terrible game. He's nowhere near the level of passer of Jalon Daniels, but they're similar athletes. Jalen Milroe is a better athlete than Daniels, but Daniels can still threaten the defense in similar ways. I would think that maybe some of those ways that Jalen Milroe did threaten, that Jalon Daniels could do those same things against Texas. But
I bet they're
again,
watching a lot of Bama film, saying
yes,
what worked with this dude. I bet they're watching a ton of it. Here's how I see it. If it's going to be close, it's because Texas comes in this game sleepy. That's how it's close. And then
right.
if you're a hardcore bettor, maybe that first half Kansas cover. Maybe you take that because Texas could be sleepy, overlooking Kansas, like everyone always overlooks Kansas, even though Sark, I believe, will be saying don't overlook these dudes because they have talent, they have a quarterback, and they have a defense that really hustles. But if the players go out sleepy, then Kansas could give them problems early.
Right. So again, this all comes back to, I know the way that we've presented this made it seem like we're picking Kansas. I'm not. I'm picking
No,
Texas because they did their thing against Baylor. They realized that they were sleepwalking against Wyoming, and they very clearly are like, all right, we need to quit messing around. We need to do what we did against Alabama, and we need to just keep doing it against everyone we played. And Kansas is another opportunity for that. I think there's a lot of people out there that are questioning the validity of the Alabama win because of how bad Alabama has looked. And you know what you do to silence those people? You come out and you beat the crap out of Kansas, who is ranked this week.
Yeah, you have a quality win against a legitimate. This could be a good win for Texas when it's coming down to the final selections. Like if Kansas keeps it up, this is something that people will say is that's a good in-conference win. It's not going to be a rollover. You didn't beat Northwestern. You didn't beat Virginia Tech. You didn't stomp down a G5. You beat Kansas, who's been playing their ass off. So this could be a huge win for Texas coming down late in the season. They'll be thanking themselves that they took it seriously.